If you're filing a secondary VA claim and think that the VA will totally connect the dots for me, well, let me stop you right there. It's like assuming that your ex will return your favorite hoodie to you out of the kindness of their heart. It's just not gonna happen. Stick around, as I'm gonna break down the top 5 mistakes that veterans make when filing secondary VA claims and what to avoid. Let me break this down a step further. Okay, a secondary claim, what it is, it's a disability, a new condition that you're connecting to an already service-connected condition. The way that you submit your claim and the evidence you submit with that claim can greatly increase your chances of getting that claim approved. Number 5 on the list is one, want to stick around for it because veterans make that mistake, number 5, without even realizing it. All right, I'm Mr. X. I'm the guy behind the guy giving you all the information you want to know and need to know about the VA claim process. And this is the VA top 5. All right, mistake number 1 that veterans make is they file under the wrong condition. Now, oftentimes, veterans will mislabel or misunderstand what the primary versus secondary condition in the relationship is there. We've talked an awful lot about sequencing in the previous couple of videos that we've made. And this is the thing. Let me give you an example. So, if you file a claim for migraines and your neck pain, okay, your migraines aren't causing your neck pain, but your neck pain can cause your migraines. So understanding that relationship and the proper sequencing of how these conditions interrelate with one another will greatly improve your chance of getting your claim approved. Now, I understand that you can look up all sorts of journals and see that, hey, migraines can cause neck pain. Okay. And if you look deep enough, I'm sure you can find just about anything you want on the internet. Okay. But what I'm saying now is filing under the correct sequencing of these conditions. You know, migraines due to your neck pain. Okay, understand how the body system works. You know, these VA examiners and doctors, they're not mind readers. They're not going to be able to figure this out. And the chances that they're going to agree and provide the nexus statement that you need to get these conditions service connected is less likely with an obscure article. Okay, let's try to focus on the things that we can get service connected, and that all starts with the proper sequencing and not mislabeling or misunderstanding the primary versus secondary relationship. All right, mistake number 2 that I see oftentimes when filing secondary claims, and it seems kind of silly that I need to mention this, but let me say this, I've seen it enough times, I've seen it happen enough times that I need to make mention of it, okay? And that's when you're filing a secondary claim without an established primary service-connected disability. Now, going back to the neck and the migraine example, that's filing a claim for your migraines as secondary to your neck when you're not already service-connected for your neck. And on that same claimed form, you're not claiming your neck condition. Okay, the primary condition absolutely has to be service connected. There's no primary, there can be no secondary. Okay, so make sure that the condition, your base condition, the primary condition is service connected. Okay, and that you submit evidence relating or linking those two conditions together. Number 3 mistake the veterans make when filing secondary claims is missing the secondary symptoms. Now, this is going to seem silly again, but I've seen it many, many, many times. We're going to go back to the migraine and the neck condition. Let's say you're service connected for your neck. You file a claim for migraines. VA sends you to an exam, and the examiner would go on through the checklist of, hey, do you have these conditions? Do you have these symptoms? You say, no, I don't have head pain. No head pain, no symptoms. It's happened. I know it sounds silly, but it's happened so many times. Okay? Know what you're filing for, know what the symptoms are, and talk about them. Don't hide anything. Don't try to act like the tough guy. Okay, I get it. That's not the time to put on a brave face. When you're in there with the examiner, talk about all the symptoms openly and honestly. Okay, give them all the information they need to hopefully relate those two conditions. Because if you don't, it's going to come back with no diagnosis. It's going to come back with a negative nexus, and that's going to just torpedo your claim. All right, mistake number 4 the veterans make: not submitting the right evidence. Okay, we're going to go back to our favorite example of the migraine and the neck pain. Say you're service connected for the neck, you apply for the migraines. Now, what evidence do you need to submit? Well, first off, you need to show that you have a diagnosis or symptoms of a migraine condition. So if your primary healthcare provider has prescribed medication, show what medication was prescribed. Submit the treatment records where you sought treatment for your migraine or headache condition. Okay, submit headache logs or submit other medical journal articles that show that migraines are due to your neck pain. Okay, that's the right type of evidence that you want to submit with your claim to greatly increase the chances of getting service connected. Okay, if you don't submit any of that, you just expect the VA to figure it out, or hey, they're going to read between the lines here. Okay, it's not going to happen. Okay, the examiners, some of them are a little bit robotic. Okay, and if it's not obvious right in front of them how these conditions are related, okay, then they're not going to provide that positive nexus statement that you need to get that claim service connected. Okay, even if you do submit all of that, they may still give you the negative nexus statement, which that's a whole different video. It's a whole different argument. But, okay, you got to do your part. You got to do the work. Submit the right kind of evidence. All right, mistake number 5, I've already hinted at it multiple times. Number 5, assuming that the VA will just figure it out for you. Okay? The VA is not Sherlock Holmes. The rater going through your claim is not Sherlock Holmes. Don't make them play detective with your claim because they're not Sherlock Holmes. They're not going to solve it. They're not going to be able to put the dots together. Okay? With the evidence that you submit, you have to clearly emphasize how the primary condition, your neck, for example, caused or aggravated the secondary one, your migraine condition. Okay, expecting the VA to do anything else, expecting them to just figure it out and wing it, it's not going to end up with the results that you want. It's not going to end up with the claim getting service connected. Now, you may get lucky. You may get that, once in a lifetime type examiner and VA rater, but don't put that in their hands. Okay? Don't assume that they're just going to figure it out for you. All right, wrapping it up here, I'm going to summarize this even quicker. Okay? Number 1, if you submit a claim for the wrong condition, you're not going to get a diagnosis and you're not going to get the nexus that you want. Number 2, if there's no primary condition, there can be no secondary condition. Number 3, if there are no symptoms, then there's not going to be a diagnosis, and it's going to end up in a denial. Okay? Number 4, you submit weak evidence, you're going to get a weak response, which means it's a weak case. There's going to be no nexus. It's going to be a denial. And number 5, you know what happens when we assume. You know what that means? But out of you and them, okay? Let's not assume. Don't put it in their hands. Now, if you've made one of those mistakes, don't sweat it. Now you know better. Drop a comment. Okay? If you battled the VA beast and lived to tell the tale, please like, subscribe, and share this with one of your battle buddies who's still lost in claim land. Okay? I'm Mr. X. This is the VA Top 5.